Good to be with you today. Just a quick reminder, we're having our children's program this weekend at the 9 o'clock service on Sunday. We hope that you'll watch it, or we really hope that you might be here and encourage the children that we have. We could have up to 15 children for that program, and that's exciting. And so the Advent, we continue in our theme of words for the beginning. Words that we need to hear time and time again as we set out on new journeys. And each journey is new. Right? This Advent is a new journey. This coming Christmas, a new journey. We've had words like, you are blessed. Last week is, you can't go alone. This week the words are, do the good that is yours to do. And so we are in the Gospel of Luke, where John the Baptist is preaching out in the wilderness, and the crowds gather around him. And he begins his talk with the crowds by calling them a brood of vipers, by calling them out of naming a reality. And here's an interesting piece to that. The crowds had to be intentional of going out to see John. Okay? John was out in the wilderness, he was out in the river. The crowds did not just see him on some street corner preaching, right? They didn't just run across him. They had to intentionally go out to see John. They had to make an effort. They had to put on a special, a warm coat or a raincoat. And they went out to see him, even though they knew that he was going to name a reality that maybe they didn't want to hear. So the first question for the meditation is this: do you ever go out of your way to hear something you don't want to hear about yourself? Part of what we need when we take these journeys is a reality of our situation, a reality of where we really are. Are we all that we think we are, or do we need a change? And so he calls the crowd a brood of vipers, and they in turn respond, well, then what can we do? Right? How can we make a change? How can we stop being a brood of vipers? The soldiers are there, they ask him. The tax collectors are there, they ask him. Regular people ask him. We ask the same question. What can we do? It's a hard question. Sometimes we look at the problems of the world and we're just overwhelmed by it all. Even here in Iowa Falls, sometimes we can just be overwhelmed by the food insecurity, the housing insecurity, the transportation insecurity, and we begin to think, well, there's nothing I can do. I can't make a difference. Well, John gives very specific answers to the question. If you have 2 coats, give one away. If you have an extra sandwich, give a sandwich away. Don't overuse your power, right? That's really more of not doing something than doing something, right? And to the tax collectors, don't collect more than what you're supposed to. Really simple, down-to-earth things. Here's the thing, right? If we all do something, right? Even if it's small, even if it's sharing a smile at somebody who's having a hard day, if it's giving $5 to the food pantry, even if it's small, all of that, all of those good acts, no matter how small, become enmeshed with one another. They become a fabric that God weaves throughout our community. So the question isn't really, what should I do? The question is, what good can I do? Well, really only you can answer. But you can do something. And that's what John is calling us into. participate, right? Participate in the restoration that God has planned for us, that Jesus becomes a part of. A good way to know what the good you can do is what upsets you, right? As you look about your community, what upsets you, what riles you, right? Hunger kind of riles me. In this country, this day and age, nobody should really go hungry. So hunger is one of those things that gets me riled up. So I can do something about that. What about your group? Just something to think about. And we'll see you soon. Take care.